Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to Future Aspirants. Today I am here with the video of English lecture that is parts of speech, and in this video I am just going to give you some basic introduction about the different parts of speech. So when we are talking in English, we use different sentences. So in those sentences are made up of different parts. हम उन parts के बारे में, इनको हम speech के parts कहते हैं, उसके बारे में discuss करेंगे इस वीडियो पे at a very introductory level, at a very basic level. So when we are talking about parts of speech, उसमें हम देखते हैं कि पार्ट्स स्पीच में हमारे सेंटेंसेस में जो वर्ड्स हम यूज़ करते हैं वो क्या रोल प्ले करेंगे, उनका क्या फंक्शन है. जब फंक्शन की बात होती है, द वर्ड्स प्ले टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फंक्शंस. दे प्ले अ फंक्शन इन गिविंग मीनिंग टू द सेंटेंस एज वेल एज दे शुड बी ग्रामेटिकली करेक्ट. मीन्स यू कैन नॉट पुट just any word in a sentence, you cannot mention any tense in the sentence. आपको हर एक grammatical view से, meaning के view से words को adjust करना होता है sentences के अंदर. So by looking at this, an individual word can work as more than one part of speech under different circumstance. Means एक particular word जो आप एक sentence में use कर रहे हैं, उसके meaning के हिसाब से, grammar के हिसाब से वो एक part of speech के तौर पे रिप्रेजेंट हो सकता है. वाइल इन सम अदर केस, जब आप एक और दूसरे सेंटेंस में उसको दोबारा यूज़ करेंगे तो मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ द सेंटेंस, बिकॉज ऑफ द सिचुएशन, कंडीशन, वो अपनी कैटेगरी चेंज कर ले. इट कैन बी यूज एज अनदर पार्ट ऑफ स्पीच रादर देन द वन दैट वाज यूज्ड इन द प्रीवियस कंडीशन. So now let us start with the different parts of speech. Actually there are 8 different parts of speech, starting with noun, verb, adjectives, adverb, pronoun, interjection, conjunction, and preposition. So these are the 8 different parts of speech that makes up the whole sentences, and it is not very necessary that each and every of these parts must be included in our sentence. There are some sentences that may contain all of these parts of speech, while there are other sentences that may have only 2 or 3 parts of these speech. It depends upon the sentence, it depends upon the condition. So first of all, we are starting with the first part of speech, that is noun. Noun होता क्या है? It is a name of a person, place, thing or idea. Any name of a particular person, place, thing or idea, that name will be called as a noun. Like a student, teacher, school, plate. सो किसी भी चीज़ को नाम देने को नाउन कहा जाता है. एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट इज़ यूज्ड विद द आर्टिकल लाइक द, a, an, but it is not necessary. It will not always use, the noun will not always use the articles. As you can see in the picture over here also, noun, we can say naming word. We will give name to different things like a person. In the context of person, mother, doctor, friend, nurse, teacher, ये सब noun की categories हैं. And these are not the only categories of noun. मतलब ये सिर्फ noun इतने ही नहीं हैं जितने इस picture में या in examples में show हों. There are many and many different nouns. These are just a few examples. In the case of person, they have given you. In the case of things like book, apple, cup, car, grass, hat, house or pet. In the context of place also, like yard, city, home, park, school and zoo. So there are 2 different types of nouns. Proper nouns, they always start with a capital letter. Proper nouns means जब हम properly किसी को name देते हैं, like name to a place, like name of the country, name to a person, name to a thing, then they will always start with a capital letter. Like a country, the month name, they always have their first letters capital. While the second type of noun is common noun, and they don't start with capital letter. There are then different types of nouns like singular noun, plural noun, concrete noun and abstract noun. But not here in this video I'm not going into detail in any of these kinds. I'm just giving you a brief introduction for the different parts of the speech. So coming to the examples, first example is Ali is a very helpful person. So here Ali is a common proper noun, so it is starting with a capital letter. Then Ahmed wants to go to zoo during holidays. As you can see here, there are two nouns that are underlined. Ahmad is a proper noun. It is starting with a capital letter, while Zoo is a common noun. It is not means it is not starting with a capital letter. Then we have another sentence. The young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. So here you can see in this sentence there are more than one nouns that are participating in this sentence, like girl, letter and teacher. So it is not always necessary that the noun must come for only one time or for only two time. It can be, it depends upon the sentence we are making, sentence we are using. उसके ऊपर depend करेगा कि कितने दफ़ा nouns या कौन सा part of speech participate करेगा. Then the next part of speech is pronoun. A pronoun is a word that is used in the place of noun. For example, if we are talking with someone or if we are talking about someone, we will not always in each and every sentence we will not use his or her name. First time we will use the noun, while in the second case, in the second sentence, third sentence and onward sentences, we will use the pronoun to call that person or to mention that person. The pronouns are of different types, like she, we, they, it, our. They all are pronouns and they are always used in the place of noun, and they mention to some person or some place, so they are mentioning some noun. And while using the pronoun, we will replace the name of the person, the name of the thing, idea or place in a sentence, and we will replace it with the pronoun. And pronouns are of different types. As you can see over here in the picture also, the pronouns are the words that takes the place of a name of person, place or thing. For example, he, it, she, we, they. Now there are different types of pronouns, like personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, relative pronoun and interrogative pronoun. So now also I'm not going into any detail for explaining these pronouns. I will make a separate video to explain these different types of pronouns and to go into much detail. Now this is my first video. I am just telling you the basic level, the basic parts of the speech at a very introductory level. Proceeding with the examples, as you can see, in the first sentence, Becky cannot go to school. She is not feeling well. So in this sentence, in the first part, there are two sentences. The first sentence, I have used the noun. That is Becky, and in the second sentence, instead of saying her name again, I have used the word she, that is underlined. She is not feeling well, so I have used the pronoun instead of the noun here. Which sweater do you want to wear? Here you is another pronoun. While I am talking to some first person, I will not mention his or her name, so I will use the word you. Then the tree had lost all of its leaves by October, so this is the pronoun again. It is mentioning about the tree. I'm not mentioning the word tree and again and again in this sentence, so I'm using the pronoun to mention the tree again. Then there is this same old example from the noun. I am going to use the sentence to give example for each and every part of speech, so you can understand it better. कि हर के एक सेंटेंस में डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, और कुछ सेंटेंसेस ऐसे भी होते हैं जहाँ पे एक से ज़्यादा दफ़ा पर्टिकुलर पार्ट ऑफ स्पीच पार्टिसिपेट करेगा, और कुछ सेंटेंसेस ऐसे भी हैं जहाँ पे तमाम के तमाम पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं. सो हेयर द यंग गर्ल ब्रॉट मी. Here me and she is a pronoun that is used instead of naming that person directly. Then the third part of speech is verb. A verb, it expresses the action or being, means something, some activity that is going on. It will be expressed with the help of the verb, like jump, is, write, become. These are all verbs. They are telling us about the action or being. There is a main verb, and sometimes in each sentence when we are saying about a complete sentence, there should be a main verb that will tell about what is happening or what is going on, what someone is doing. And sometimes more than other than main verb, some other verbs will also participate. Those verbs are called as the helping verb. For example, let me give you an example. A sentence is there, she can sing. Sing here यानी वो गाना गा सकती है. Sing here is the main verb, while can is the helping verb. So here two types of verbs are there. She can sing. Can and sing. Sing is the main verb, while can is the helping verb. So in some sentences only main verb will participate, while in other sentences helping verbs will also come in the sentence to complete the sense. And the verb, whatever verb we are using, it must agree with its subject in number. Means if subject is plural, or if the subject is singular, the verb should be adjusted accordingly. And it takes different forms to express tense. Means when we are talking about past tense, when we are talking about present tense, in all of these tenses the verbs will change. Like in the coming examples you will see a verb you can see in the picture here. It shows the action like blowing, sleeping, skating. Whatever a person is doing, it will be mentioned through the help of verbs. So here we will look at the example. The bus arrived on time. Here arrived is a verb. As you can see, it is in the past form, so we will use the different type tense. Because of the tense, we will use a different form of verb. Paul became a physician. Here became is a verb that is telling about the being of Paul, that he became a physician. Then that same sentence, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. So here brought and disappeared, both of these are verbs. Then comes the adjective, that is the fourth part of speech. What is an adjective? It is a part of the speech that modifies or describes a noun or pronoun. So it will tell us about the noun or pronoun, how that noun is, how that pronoun is. It will tell more, it will add more detail to the noun or to the pronoun. For example, different words can be used like pretty, old, smart, blue. These words are used to modify the noun or pronoun. So these adjectives, they usually answer the questions like which one, what kind, how many. Like what kind, pretty, smart, old. These questions are being answered by the adjective. And most of the time the articles also classify as adjectives. They can be used as adjectives. So here you can see happy, good, tall, green, strong, brave. These are all the adjectives. They are telling about the nouns or the pronoun, like a happy girl, a good boy, a tall giraffe, a brave soldier. Soldier here is a noun, while a brave is telling about how the soldier is. So it is an adjective. It is adding more quality to the noun. So proceeding with the example, the angry man crashed his new car. So there is a man is the noun, but how is he? He is angry, so it is being told by the adjective. While crashed his new car, it is also telling about the condition of the noun. The beautiful lady wore a shiny necklace. So here also you can see that beautiful and shiny, these both words are adding more detail to the nouns. Then the fluffy dog sat still. You can also use the word the dog sat still. That would be also be correct, but when you add fluffy, it is adding more detail to the dog. It will not. It will means modify the dog. Without this adjective, then also the sentence can be considered as correct sentence. So in the same example that we are using in all the parts of speech, here the young girl, they are telling about the young girl that is young. You can also use the sentence the girl brought me a long letter. So here you can remove the adjectives and still the sentence will give its meaning, but adjectives help in modifying, in telling particularly about the nouns and pronouns. So here the girl brought me a long letter, that can also be a correct sentence, but young girl, this adjective here young is telling that the girl, about girl, and a very long letter, so it is telling that the letter is long. So they are modifying, they are giving more knowledge about the nouns and pronouns. Then comes the fifth part of the speech, that is adverb. So when we talk about adverb is a part of speech that will modify or describe a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Like gently, extremely. In adjectives were modifying the noun and pronoun. Adverb is now going to modify the verb, adjective, or another adverb. So gently, extremely, carefully, well. These are the adverbs that can be used in the sentences, and other than them, there are also other many adverbs. So these adverbs, they are not used to modify or describe the noun. For noun and pronoun, adjective is there, but for verb and adjective and adverb is there. So these adverbs, they are used to answer the questions of when, where, how, why, under what condition, or to what degree. So when we are answering this condition, like he is walking carefully, she ran quickly. So these are the adverbs. So the adverbs, they end in the word ly, in the letters with the letters ly, like quickly, carefully. These words are told by the the adverbs, like happily. Then these are the examples of the adverbs. I will eat later. So later is modifying the verb here. The verb is eat, so later is modifying the verb eat here. The place was strangely quiet. Here quiet is the adjective, and strangely, which is modifying the adjective quiet, is an adverb. Then he is almost always busy. Here always is an adverb, and almost is another adverb that is modifying the other adverb, that is always. Then the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, and then she quickly disappeared. Here very, then, and quickly, they are the adverbs. Then the next part of the speech is preposition. Preposition is a word that is used before a noun or a pronoun to form a phrase that will modify another word in the sentence. The different prepositions used are by, with, until, about. So these prepositions, they are always used before the noun or a pronoun. There are different prepositions like behind, beside, next, front, under, above. These prepositions can be used in our sentences to before the noun and pronoun to form a phrase that will modify another word in the sentence. So Mary was sitting under a tree. Here under is a preposition. Then I have a friend who lives in Spain. Here in this sentence, in is a preposition. Are you going to the party? Here to is the preposition. Then the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher. So she brought it from the teacher. Here from is the preposition which is placed before the noun, the teacher, and it is used to give meaning to the sentence. Then the next part of the speech is conjunction. A conjunction is a part of speech that helps in joining the words, the phrases, and the different clauses with each other. So there are different types of conjunctions like and, but, or, while, because. They can be present in the beginning of the sentence, they can be present in the middle of the sentence also, and they will tell us about the relationship between the two elements in which they are used, which they are joining. So if they are present between the two elements, the conjunctions will tell the relation between the two elements. So a conjunction is a word that is used to connect a sentence or group of words together. So there are two basically types of conjunctions: coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions are used in the places where we are joining two things that are grammatically equal to each other. Like we are joining noun to the noun, a verb to the verb. In that situation, they are grammatically equal, so we will use coordinating conjunction. There are 7 coordinating conjunctions that are and, but, or, nor, for, yet, and so. While in the case of subordinating conjunction, there are many different types of subordinating conjunctions, different words for subordinating conjunctions, and these conjunctions are used to connect a phrase to a clause or a phrase to another phrase, like because, although, while, since. So let us have a look at the examples for conjunctions. She is very interesting, whereas he is boring. So here the conjunction is whereas, and this conjunction is used to connect the two elements she and he, and is telling about them, comparing them. Another sentence is there, you don't need to go unless you want to. So here unless is another conjunction that is connecting the two elements. You don't need to go and unless you want to. So then the next one is the same sentence that we are using in every part of speech. यहाँ पे and is a conjunction, and this sentence is joining the two parts. This word and is joining the two parts. It is telling about the situations. Then the next one is interjection, and interjection is a word that is used to express emotions. Sudden emotions जो हैं उनको express करना, that is the role of conjunction, like oh, wow, oops. And the interjection, it is always followed by an exclamation mark. This exclamation mark can come right after the interjection, or it can also come after the whole sentence. So let us have a look at the example, like watch out. Here interjection, this is a sudden exclamation, means ये sudden feeling है. So here it is used. Then wonderful, you picked up the toys without being asked. Here wonderful is a sudden feeling, so this exclamation mark or interjection is used here. Then in the same sentence that I am using in every part of speech, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. So here this oh my is an interjection that is showing about the feelings. So thanks for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. Allah Hafiz.